Good morning. Welcome to Seed Faith Homestead. It is in the morning, pretty early in the morning actually, here in Alabama. I hope y'all have had a great first part of the week so far. We dealt with yesterday afternoon. Me and Linda went out on the front porch and she took a picture or two, but we had storms rolling in. Another tropical storm coming in through the Gulf, starting to get some of the outer bands flowing up this way. So this is either our third or fourth one so far this year that we've got rain from. So it's just kind of wet out here this morning, but still a beautiful day, the day that the Lord hath made, and I shall rejoice and be glad in it. All right, everyone, I am in the house with Linda. She is I found her sitting in the laundry room floor with the chicks on the floor. She comes checks on them in the morning when she first gets up before she starts work. And anyway, Linda, they have a good night?
They did. They had a really good night.
Fantastic. They have been up. One's already pooped on the floor.
Yes.
But that's what chicks do. Now they stay in their brooder. She gets them out and plays with them a little bit and handles them. They're so sweet. They've been a talkative bunch, that is for sure. And but anyway, Linda, tell them what have you been having to do to take care of them?
Well, the first night when I checked on the brooder, there it was full of water. So the water I think they had pushed it over just a little bit and the water had leaked out in the brooder and they were all perched up on their food to get out of the water. So we kind of took care of that. I got the water propped up better. So now
were they dry or did they seem wet? Or?
No, they were dry. They had gotten, yeah, they were dry. They were all, like I said, propped up, perched up on their feeder. So they were up and out of the water.
Which is on the opposite side of the brooder there.
Yeah.
I have noticed if I hold one and Linda holds one and there's one left in there, oh wow, they do not like to be left by themselves. They will go into just a crying, and they all huddle back up as soon as you put them back in there. They are a very close knit group here. Linda, tell them about when we first got them home, the biggest situation that we had to deal with, and I should have noticed this, and Linda as well, when we purchased them, because I checked out their beaks and their neck and their feet and everything, but I did not check their butt.
Yeah.
So
Miss Wanda here had pasty butt, so
and not just a little bit.
Yeah, we got to deal with that. We used a warm washcloth and held it on there and very gently removed the pasty from her butt.
It took a good 5 minutes to do. It took out just a few little feathers, but she was really good.
Yeah.
She was just as calm as could be. And afterwards, Linda took a picture and posted it to what group was it?
I think it's Alabama Backyard Chickens or something like that, a Facebook group.
Just to make sure everything looked good, and they gave her a good report when they saw it and all, and said that it was normal for some of those little feathers and stuff to pull out with it. But anyway, as soon as we set her down, after that, it was less than 2 minutes or so, she pooped and everything was back to normal. And she's had a good old, she's been really eating well. They all have been eating well. So anyway, anything else? Well, let me ask you this before I go to something else. How often do you check on them during the day?
I don't know how many times. Probably 4 or 5 times a day. I don't know. I come in here and just kind of check on them and make sure they're okay, you know.
And sometimes they're in our laundry room, which is outside our kitchen and close to our den, not too far, but you can hear them sometimes in here just a chirping because we keep the door up, got a gate. We've got 2 dogs that are over there that are just wanting our attention. And again, we're still unpacking boxes, as you can see.
Yeah, we still have boxes everywhere.
Don't judge us on the boxes there.
We're getting closer though.
We are getting closer. But anyway, I wanted to give you a quick update on the chicks, and we'll get them back in there so we can clean the floor real quick. And again, thank you so much. Linda, any last words?
No, thanks for joining us.
Oh, one more thing. How often do you, we're using paper towels as bedding right now. How often do you have to change those out?
Yeah, I've been changing those every morning.
Every morning.
So
and then
there's a lot of poop.
During the day, you'll put some other ones on top of it.
To try and keep it a little cleaner for them. It looks like I've got some cleaning to do on the floor right now.
All right, we'll move on. Thank you.
See you later.
Going to show you just a little bit. Linda has planted a little bit in some containers. Don't even know exactly what she's planted. Some were flowers, and the others were some were flowers, and the others I think were cucumbers. I think. I'd have to ask her, but she is nowhere near finished. She got some in the other day, but I'm sure she's going to do a video once she gets these other ones planted and all. So I was going to show you that. Linda is going to join me this morning, so I've got her out here. She can tell us what these plants are.
Hi.
There she is over my shoulder. I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay, Leanne, let's start with this one. What is this?
This is a pickle bush.
A pickle bush cucumber. This right here, I know what this is. We've had this one, it was given to her by her aunt.
My Aunt Adele, she lives in Hartselle.
It's a Lenten flower or a Christmas rose. It has been a while since it got in the dirt, so there's some leaves that are a little bit in distress, but I know it will come back with no problem. And this is summer squash.
Burpless.
Oh, burpless.
Burpless cucumber.
And
Summer squash.
Summer squash. I got them mixed up. Then let's walk over here real quick.
Here's this one. Oh. This one looks a little better. This was another one from Aunt Adele. It's the same type plant.
This is going to the Lenten rose, I think it is, or Christmas rose, winter rose. They had a couple of different names when I looked it up.
And then another summer squash over here.
Another summer squash. Now these just went in the ground, and it, like I said, it poured down yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'll show y'all pictures of that in a little bit. But anyway, let me get back to Linda here. Is there anything else you want to share with them? When are you planning on planting the rest? Are you waiting on me?
I need some more containers.
Need more containers.
Or we need to put our beds over here or over here. So we either need to build some beds or get some more.
It depends on the length of the hose.
Ready to plant some more.
Yes, and we do have more containers. I just didn't get them all out.
Yeah.
And
so
yeah, we've got the. Let me show you this. You know, I told you we lost several of our stuff that we had started at the other house, but it's coming back. It is coming back. So we got to get that all in the ground, plus some other things.
Did you show the basil and cilantro?
Let me walk down here real quick. Nah, I don't think I did.
I did get those planted.
All right, this is the pothos that we had propagated, and it has done really, really well. Now remember, when you've got them rooting them in water, you have to keep the soil really moist in the beginning because it's used to living off of water, and so this is perked up and doing excellent. This is
basil, sweet basil.
Yes, and this is leggy. I don't know what happened here.
It's cilantro.
Cilantro, is it supposed to be that leggy, or do you know?
Not really sure.
I would say no.
But this looks.
I think it should have been planted maybe deeper too, or I don't know.
Really
what do I know? But there is new growth coming out.
Yeah,
right
here.
Here's new growth, and then I'm sorry with the camera here, guys. Whoop, that one ain't focusing. New growth on that one. That one still got the seed pod connected to the end of it. All right, everyone, I am back. I wanted to take a moment as I sit out here in the coolness of this damp Alabama morning and to share with you something that's been on my heart. It's something that I've seen really affecting the church, and it doesn't matter what denomination you are. It actually goes a lot further than church. It also is affecting the workplace. It affects families. I think that's the saddest part, is when I see it affecting families and people that are close friends with each other, and allowing it to destroy families and to tear up lifelong relationships. And that is the problem of jealousy and self-centeredness. That's a terrible thing. And it says in the Word, I think it's James 3:16. I don't have my Bible here in front of me, but it says that jealousy and self-seeking, I'll just say selfishness, is demonic. It's evil, and we know where that comes from. We know it's an attack on us as Christians. It's one of the reasons it is the reason Satan fell from heaven, was because of his jealousy and his pride. He said, I want to be like the Most High. I want to be worshiped, is what he wanted. And so God does not put up with that. God cast him out of, cast him out of heaven, and said he fell from heaven like lightning. And once he was able to trick man and cause Adam and Eve to sin, he became the ruler of this earth. But once Jesus died on the cross for us and reestablished our connection with God, that we could have fellowship with him by the blood of Jesus Christ, he put things back in order. Now, we still live in a chaotic society, in a sinful society, as long as we are in this mortal body that has a spirit man inside of it. But once you ask Jesus into your heart, you should be set apart. You should be different. You should not strive to do the things of this world. So not striving to do the things of this world means to strive to be more like Christ. Christ was so selfless. He was so caring about others. He never was jealous. Or if he was, it would have been a sin, and he would not have been the perfect sacrifice. So we know that he never sinned. So it should be our desire to not be jealous or self-centered or self-seeking, but to really worry more about our brother. Now, that's hard to do when you're brought up in a world that teaches you that you have to take care of self, and you're the only one that's going to get you where you need to be. You got to work against the system and that rat race and try to make as much money as possible. But I beg to differ with you. My goal for the majority of my life has been to put Christ first in my life. The decisions that I make, a lot of people would say, well, there's no wisdom in that. There's no wisdom in going down the path of taking a lesser job pay-wise in order to serve the Lord. But God has supplied our need here in our household. Me and Linda have been taken care of. We've been married tomorrow will be 32 years tomorrow. We will have been married. And we've always been tithers. We've always been ones who have put Christ first in our marriage, and God has blessed us. I've never made a lot of money, but I've always prayed, God, I want to be able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and not have to worry about it. And we have done that. We've traveled the world. We've been on many vacations. We've bought cars and houses and all those things that people fight for. But that's just temporary joy. The joy that I get is just in my life of living for Jesus Christ. And that's the second fruit of the Spirit, which is love. Joy is number 2 there. And that's the cool thing about the fruit of the Spirit is it's not something you have to work for. You just commune with God, and it just automatically grows inside of you. So we have joy, we have happiness. But getting back to this jealousy and self-centeredness, all that does is create walls. And for God to call it demonic, I don't want anything demonic inside of me working in my life day to day. The demonic activity has no care for anybody. It has no care for myself. I was reading a book the other day, and it was talking about the Satanist church and stuff, and one of their first commandments is do what you want. I can't do what I want. Paul said it so many times in the letters that he wrote that he was a prisoner of Christ, which sounds like a horrible thing. I don't want to be a prisoner to somebody. I do when it's Jesus Christ, because he looks out after me. And being a prisoner just means the things that my flesh wants to do, it can't do. It has no right to decide what I'm doing. We're all made up of spirit, soul, and body. Well, our minds makes the decision, but our flesh always wants to do what feels good to it. That's why you'll hear in the world, you'll hear, well, this is my body, I can do what I want to with it. No, you can't. Christ died at a price for you. It is no longer my body anymore. I have given it to Christ. It says to crucify yourself daily. That means to destroy your fleshly desires daily and focus on him. Allow your spirit to make the decisions for you. That's where life is at. Now, because we live in a fallen world, none of us are perfect. Sometimes I do get jealous. Sometimes I do get self-centered, self-seeking. And I can usually look and check and see, well, I have lost communion with Christ. I have stopped reading my word. I have quit praying. I have allowed my mind to focus on worry, which Matthew 6:25 tells us not to worry. That God takes care of everything. So why should there be worry? It's amazing that depression and stress is one of the number one killers in the United States. There's so many people depressed. I overheard a conversation the other day from a lady, and she was talking about there'd been 2 suicides in her church. Now you would think that cannot happen. How can there be suicide in church? Because depression is real. Stress is real. And when people come to that point and they don't know how to deal with it, they don't know how to turn it over to God, it's a sad situation. And most of the time, people don't even realize it's going on with somebody. So I just want to encourage you, if you have a problem with jealousy, turn it over to Christ. Christ can take care of that for you. Talk to your pastor or your church leaders that you can trust, and let them know what's going on and what you're dealing with, and have others praying for you. Have people to keep you accountable. There's nothing wrong with that. I need to be kept accountable. And my wife does a wonderful job. I can't even talk. She does a wonderful job of calling me out when I am not operating in the Spirit. Of course, I know it, and she knows it. And so I know what I have to do when that happens, even though it'll make me mad when she calls me out, because I'm operating in the flesh. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Do not allow jealousy to destroy you and become demonic in your life. I love you very much. I know Linda loves you very much. And we are excited about our chickens in there. The brooder will start on it the first of next week. It's a process. Everything's a process. There's only so many hours in a day. But we are enjoying life to the most and doing what we've been called to do. And I love you guys again very much. And y'all have a blessed, wonderful rest of the way. And rest of the week. And happy hump day from us. Love you guys. Bye.